Northern Peru Chiclayo, cost of living and things to do. In this Northern Peru Chiclayo cost of living things to do guide, I also share a Google Maps walking tour, interesting facts, accommodations, restaurants, nightlife, livability, how to get here, and final thoughts. Cost of living in Chiclayo, Peru. This is Dan from Vagabond Buddha. Below is estimate cost of living 1 month in Chiclayo, Peru as a temporary visitor. Some of the estimates could be reduced as a long-term visitor, digital nomad, or a full-time expat. There's a table at the webpage. All you do is click the link below this YouTube video and there'll be details about this. But to sum it up, including accommodations and food, it runs you about in a range of about $500 per month to about $800 per month to live as a temporary visitor in Chiclayo, Peru. The costs do not include alcohol, airfare, or excursions, and it's for one person. Some of the expenses remain unchanged when you add another person. I'm not guaranteeing that this is what you'll spend. These are just notes from my experience here. For more information about how we compute these, there's a link also on the webpage. So, things to do in Chiclayo, Peru. 𝐂𝐎𝐒, this is the site where the second most significant archaeological discovery of the last 100 years was made. The Lord of Sipan tomb. I missed this because I mistakenly assumed it was just a hole in the ground. So I went straight to the museum and saw what was recovered from the tomb. It was only a week later when I was in Trujillo and saw the sun and moon temples that I realized that these tombs are located in huge pyramids that are as or more significant historically and visually as the gold and art recovered from the tomb. The above picture is from a tomb I visited later in Trujillo called 𝐂𝐒𝐒. This will give you an idea of why it's worth visiting the 𝐂𝐒𝐒 or temple tomb itself. Lady of 𝐂𝐒. The Royal Tomb of Sipan Museum does not allow a picture, so I've included a picture here from Lady of 𝐂𝐒 in Trujillo. The museum has the contents taken from several tombs excavated at the above 𝐂𝐒𝐒, namely the Lord of Sipan, the Old Lord of Sipan, and several other tombs. Although I was not allowed to take any pictures, it felt as significant to me as when I saw the Tutankhamun exhibit for the first time when I was a boy. About a week later, when I visited the Lady of 𝐂𝐒 Museum, they allowed pictures, so I'm going to include a few here for you to see from that. I share my thoughts and include affiliate links. If you buy something using an affiliate link, you pay nothing extra, but I make a small commission. If you'd like to learn how to make money online or how to live internationally with less money than you probably spend at home, get a free copy of my ebook. There's a link at the webpage. There's a dramatic difference in the experience available to you if you visit these sites with a knowledgeable guide. There's a one-day guide tour link that will take you to both of the two sites above, plus one more, and explain the historical context. If you're short on time, there's a guided tour of only the Royal Tomb of Sipan Museum, which includes hotel pickup and drop-off. Just click the link on the webpage. Bruning National Archaeological Museum. This museum is about 5 blocks west of the above Royal Tombs of Sipan Museum. It's not as exciting as the above royal tombs, but it is well worth the visit when you are in this part of the world. This Bruning Museum includes an exhibit of all of the pre-Inca societies of Peru, and also includes a room of erotic pottery taken from various huacas in Peru. There's also a link to a guide for the Bruning Museum on the webpage. Pimentel Beach. This is a fishing and beach village about 20 minutes southwest of Chiclayo. There's a large dock that you can visit for 2 sol per person. Then walk south along the boardwalk until you see the reed boats, like in the below picture. Have lunch at around noon, and then watch the reed boat fishermen return with their catch of the day around 2 to 3 p.m. We enjoyed a great lunch, one door south of the provided link in a restaurant called Picanteria 𝐂𝐿𝐵. Reed boats. These reed boats are found in Peruvian Huaca murals that date as far back as 500 BC. A real Peruvian fisherman can make these reed boats from seaside reeds in about 2 hours. They last about 6 weeks in the salt water if you use them every day to fish. Our guide at the above Royal Tombs Museum explained that local fishermen still use these reed boats in Pimentel, so it's the best place to see them. Just walk about 500 meters south of the dock in Pimentel Beach. And incidentally, they're right in front of the restaurant link I'm providing. The following 4 suggestions are in a embedded Google Map walking tour at the web page. The first stop, Cathedral Chiclayo. Cathedral Chiclayo, this was constructed, started in 1869, according to plans created for Pimentel by Gustave Eiffel. For Chiclayo, by Gustave Eiffel, the famous architect of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. My old town Chiclayo Google Maps walking tour is embedded below. It starts with this cathedral, Chiclayo, and continues to the following 3 places. First, Principal Park, or Parque Principal. Chiclayo centers on this park, where you will find shopping and other tourist activities along with the cathedral. The next stop, Mercado Modelo. You will find large covered outdoor markets like this all over Peru. Everything you need for daily life is here, such as food, clothing, restaurants, and specialty items. Next, at the market, shaman doctors. When you're facing main entrance to Mercado Modelo, but haven't entered yet, the shaman doctors will be about 50 meters to your left. As shown in the above photo, there are dried frogs and lizards and voodoo dolls. Plus, there are natural herbs and cures from the Amazon rainforest you will see in parts of the world that don't have an FDA that's managing speech about natural cures. Street food. There's a delicious Peruvian snack that you will find in many Peruvian restaurants if you like potato and egg. It's called papa a la huanca. If you are using the below Google Maps walking tour, you'll find the above woman selling this dish in a food cart at the last stop on the map. She's across from the entrance to Mercado Modelo on the corner. It's delicious. If you'd like us to continue making travel guides like this, please use the following links to book your day tours no matter where you decide to go in the world. Get Your Guide or Viator. It costs you nothing extra, but we make a small commission. Google Maps walking tour. There's an embedded Google Maps walking tour on the webpage. Just click the link below this YouTube video in the notes below. Remember to buy a local SIM card and load it with internet data when you enter Peru. You can use your phone as a hotspot when Wi-Fi connections are weak. Plus, you'll not be charged international roaming rates when you click this embedded Google Map tour or do other things online. Interesting facts. Chiclayo, Peru. We came to Chiclayo, Peru for a couple of reasons. First, we were traveling the world, determining the cost of living in various places so people can decide where to visit or retire. We are digital nomads and we love exploring the world, and why not gather information about costs of living as we go? There are other factors that people consider when deciding where to retire or work internationally. We have identified a few factors below under livability. We include things to do because people also want to know what they can do in their free time if they decide to visit a place or live there for an extended period. We have read that Chiclayo was not worth exploring unless you were a fan of archaeology. We read there was not much to do here except visit the royal tombs of 𝐶𝐼 Museum. In a general sense, that's true. But that one thing to do is so amazing it's worth a visit as you travel through Peru, even if you're not an archaeologist interested in human history. The single tomb contents and historical significance is as interesting and beautiful as the Tutankhamun tomb in Egypt and its artifacts. The main difference is in the age of the tombs. The Lord of 𝐶𝐼 tomb in Peru is about 1,800 years old, and the Tutankhamun tomb in Egypt is about 3,400 years old. Otherwise, there are many similarities in the tomb contents, the setting, culture, and the social norms of the time. We were traveling south through Peru, and Chiclayo is on our route, so we decided to see if the museum displaying the contents of Lord of 𝐶𝐼 tomb was as amazing as people say. It made me very sad, and it is an unnecessary rudeness to you that I'm not able to take any flash-free photos during my visit to the Lord of 𝐶𝐼 Museum. You would have been blown away by the contents of this 18-year-old tomb. It's not surprising that Machu Picchu is getting all the tourist traffic, simply because of the visual aspects that lure tourists to that area. Chiclayo is one of the most important urban areas of Peru, given not only its vicinity to the Lord of 𝐶𝐼 Museum, but also it is the fourth largest city in the country, after Lima, Arequipa, Trujillo. Chiclayo has about 700,000 inhabitants. Accommodations in Chiclayo, Peru. This first one is a really nice place, a high-end place for those who, but also provides value for the money. Casa Andina. The second place is Hostel Satellite. This is a highly rated hostel that is near Parque Principal. There really isn't any backpacker partying or tourist walking area in Chiclayo that I could see. But this hostel is walkable to Mercado Madeo and Cathedral Chiclayo. It's also not too far from colectivos going to most areas of interest and the bus stations. Airbnb. We stayed here 4 nights. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment with kitchen equipped for cooking, living room, and dining room. It's in a quiet neighborhood on a park. It's on the 3rd floor. There's a supermarket 2 blocks away called Metro, link provided. If you need reliable internet and like having some space around you, this is for you at $13 per night. If you're new to Airbnb, use this code for a discount. Price check. Once you have selected where you want to stay, then use Hotels Combined to find the agency offering the lowest booking price for that property. Restaurants, Chiclayo, Peru. A restaurant called Picanteria Nealup. We only recommend restaurants that we like so much we want to go back. We enjoyed a great lunch while in Pimentel. Chung had a nice ceviche, and I had a nice vegetarian rice and vegetable plate with avocados. Link provided. Street food. We love the potato egg dish that I mentioned earlier and under street food things to do. And we found at the last stop, you'll find it at the last stop on the walking tour. It's across the street from Mercado Modelo. Vagabond Voodoo Restaurant. There are many neighborhood restaurants in Chiclayo with specialties of the day between 10 and 15 sol, which is $3 to $5, including your drink. But it was nice having a kitchen and a supermarket nearby, so we cooked most meals at home and made sandwiches for day trips. Here's the link to the neighborhood supermarket near our Airbnb apartment. Nightlife in Chiclayo. We were there for only a few days, so we never looked for nightlife. If you find a fun place, please let us know in the comments so we can add it here. Livability factors, Chiclayo, Peru. Walkability. Chiclayo is not very walkable. It's a large city spread out over a large area, but you can get a 3-wheel motorcycle called motor or moto for about 4 Seoul to most places in town. The automobile taxis are about 50% more, or 6 Seoul, which is about $2. Internet. The internet was good at our Airbnb apartment, including uploading videos to YouTube. Food. Prices at the Mercado Modelo are about 50% cheaper than U.S. grocery stores. Prices at Metro Santa Elena supermarket, which was 2 blocks from where we stayed, were about 20% less than U.S. grocery store prices. Weather. Chiclayo weather seems fairly consistent all year. The highs are 24 to 30 C, which is 75 to 86 Fahrenheit, and the lows are 16 to 20 Celsius, which is 60 to 68 Fahrenheit. It rains 2 to 3 days in February and March, but very little otherwise. It's a very arid part of the world. Desire to move here. Medium to low. If your primary motivation is saving money, you might consider Chiclayo. It doesn't seem to offer as much as other places in South America, but it does offer savings and a large city, so most anything you could want is going to be here. How to get to Chiclayo, Peru. Flights. On the day we searched, there were round-trip flights on Skyscanner from Lima, Peru to Chiclayo for $232 USD per person, round trip. We consistently get the lowest prices using Skyscanner. Bus from Lima, Peru. You can catch a nice bus from the Lima, Peru to Chiclayo, Peru. At the Lima bus terminal, ask the information desk for the Cruz del Sur bus company. The bus costs between 50 to 80 Seoul, and it takes about 10 hours to get to Chiclayo. The fees vary based on whether you go standard or executive. If you fly into Lima, the taxi to the bus terminal should be around 36 Seoul. If you're flying into Lima, I suggest using Skyscanner to find the cheapest flight. Bus from Mancora, Ecuador. If you're traveling south through Peru like us, you can catch a nice bus from Mancora, Peru at the Cruz del Sur bus station, links provided, to Chiclayo, Peru. This is a 7-hour bus ride and costs about 45 Seoul. The taxi to your accommodations most anywhere in Chiclayo is about 6 Seoul, or $2. Final thoughts on Chiclayo, Peru. We only went to Chiclayo because it was on the path going south from Ecuador through Peru. We read online about the Lord of Sipan tomb and museum near Chiclayo, and we decided it wouldn't feel right to pass by without stopping. So we took the bus from Mancora to Chiclayo. We are glad we did. We also enjoyed another of many other things we share in our above things to do list once we got here. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner? If you'd like to start living internationally or learn how to make money whether you can travel or not, please grab a free copy of my book. It's at the link below this YouTube video. If you have enjoyed this post, please leave a comment below and subscribe. If you have any ideas about how to make Vagabond Buddha better and or would like to write us, please leave a message at the link provided. This is Dan from Vagabond Buddha. Thanks again for stopping by.